Look out, folks. The best Ninja Turtle to ever exist, Donatello, is here. He puts his other two brothers to shame. If you thought those figures were good, watch out, because this figure is so much better in every way. It's a huge improvement. Yeah, not really. If you have one of these turtles, you know how all of them are going to turn out. They're basically all the same articulation, same bodies with some little tweaks here and there. So everything that applied to Raph and Leo applies to this Donnie. You really don't need to watch the rest of this review unless you want to see Donnie's specific accessories and little quirks. This is the Lingjihun Donatello Toys, everyone's favorite hot new turtles. He's got 2 trays, and as you can see, he comes with a whole lot of crap. I'm definitely at the point where I don't need a lot of this crap, especially all the duplicate accessories from his other turtle bros who got the same. Sure, it adds value and it's cool in all different poses or whatnot, but it's kind of just like a bunch of nonsense, for being honest. But the Donatello-specific goodies are pretty cool. So what do we get with Donnie? Obviously, you get Donnie himself, a very beautiful, kind of olive greeny-ish turtle. Strangely, his Plastron is much darker than the rest of the brothers. It stands to reason if the turtles are different colors, their Plastrons may be different too. Leo is the lightest, Donnie is the darkest, and Raph is kind of a mix between the two. And then you look at the shells, Leo has like a very wet, kind of glossy shell, Raph has a more detailed matte shell, and Donnie's kind of a mix of the two. I don't know how I feel about these, really. But they did vary the sculpt a little bit. It's not the same dings or plastron ripples. Of course, you get 3 different bandanas. You get that one that's a little whooshy, you get that one that's more bendy, and then that one that's more straighty. In a move that continues to puzzle me, you have to cut the little tab off the bandana yourself, which there's some trial and error on getting the fit right. If you don't cut enough off, no matter how much you try to jam it in there, he'll be boinging out a little bit. There's a little like nub ring. You can cut off a little bit before that to your own taste and see how you like the fit. If you cut off too much, it's going to not stay in there as well. So go conservative, cut a little bit off at a time and see how you like the fit. Something like this, I did just a little bit more because I want it to fit in just a tiny bit, but it's kind of a pain in the ass. No Nerd Turtle is complete without a fedora, which looks really cool. Again, supposedly there's a magnet inside, but it's such a weak-ass magnet it barely works on the head, so like, whatever. You get some alternate heads, this toothy grin, painted really well, it looks fantastic, and the second one has that kind of open mouth grin, kind of a laugh, little winky on the eyes. Then you have the generic accessories, turtle comms, kunai, throwing star with effect, pizzas, the communicator things. They're neat, but they don't wow me. You get some cloth goods to dress up your turtle dolls. They're not bad, they're not the fanciest cloth goods, but they're pretty okay. You get a whole mess of hands. In fact, you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 extra pairs of hands. These days, Donnie has to have his tech goggle things. These are interesting. They're like tech goggles, but they're also like welding goggles. He has a headset thing. I guess it's when he's like the man in the chair or online gaming. This is pretty cool and it fits on okay. You get a techie bow staff, which is pretty cool. There's no crazy effect for it, but it's nice. Of course, you get the cool mouser-headed robot arm thing. The jaw does articulate, but it's hard to really get it. Maybe use a little tool or something. Has a little ball joint at the head, and then each little length of the arm articulates in certain ways, twists. It's really nice. It's pretty cool. You can get a lot of articulation out of it. It does attach to the back of the shell. There's a little the scoot you have to pry off. Kind of a pain to get off, honestly, but once you do pry it off with your dirty little fingers, if you have long nails, that helps. You just kind of just slot it in the back. Get you a better look here. I was trying to make it so like it aligns with the shape right, but it really kind of doesn't, so that's fine. And then you have it on the back, and it does kind of like twist around. It might be a little stuck, so be careful with it, but I promise you it does articulate around. Why I didn't put it on camera, I don't know. It's too fucking long, right? Like this longy shit, and you're bending it, but you can see. Eventually I got it. It's pretty neato. And yeah, take it off, put it back on, whatever. And he has his regular bow staff, of course, nicely painted and detailed. You're not going to like write home to mom as the greatest bow staff ever, but it's good. Then he comes with a bunch of attachments, which at first are going to be pretty confusing. You have this like claw hand one with a socket on it. I thought you put the bow staff into it, but the bow staff is too thick. You get like a sparky, weldy-ish kind of piece. Again, I thought, does this go on the bow staff? No, that's not what it is. It's, what are you doing? What's the mystery here? You get another one. This is to like hold the bow staff. Again, I thought it would go onto like this bow staff, but it's way too thick. You can't pull it off. Don't put the other, I mean, the staff goes in it, as you can see, but it's like, what the hell do you connect it to, right? Puzzlement. You have his cool wrist computer thing that snaps on, and the screen like folds up. I don't know why though. It doesn't make sense. I guess if you're like doing different angles or whatever, but he has to do the keypad still, so it's whatever. But it snaps onto the arm. just fine. Again, maybe be careful, maybe slide it over. Why can't I keep shit on camera? What is wrong with me? But yeah, see, it goes on the forearm just like that, and he's wearing his computer. You have like a tech camera thing, which again, I wasn't sure what the hell it goes on, but you pop off like the mouser head on the robot thing, and then what the fuck is, hold on. Okay, let's do some proper camera action here. So you have the little tech arm thing, right? It goes in there, and like I was saying, it does twist around, so don't be too worried. It has like a weird camera thing, right? This is where it gets crazy. Hold on. This is scary as hell. So you have like a camera thing, you have the mouser head, right? That's cool. You have the bow staff holder, you have this freaking claw handy thing, and you have this like techie Bernie thing, right? These all attach, not to the bow staff, but to this thing. Can you even, I feel like you can even put, it's kind of, well, that's a, I don't know why you would do this, but you could make it like, it like sprung out of him or whatever. That's interesting, right? But each of these things, they pop on pretty easy, right? So this pops on, and you can do like the shocky thing. This pops on, and you can have him holding, oh, fuck, I'm gonna like fucking break that. Hold on, okay. It's just so, I actually might have fucking almost broke it. It's really tight. It's a fucking tight at, what the, ooh, getting like, is that the, oh, it's like a gummy paint, what the fuck, it's a gummy paint wash. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about these. This one is like the tightest of all. I don't like these connections. This one's pretty okay, but be really careful, because this plastic thing is, my hands are fucking dirty, very flimsy. Yeah, but you can try each of the heads, and you can see, we did this cool scene where like Donnie turns on his brothers, you know, he's shocking Leo in the butt, as one does, shocking, burning, I don't know, and then he ends up cutting Raph's head off, which you do, but don't worry, you can use all his techie skills to put the head back on, and it's mostly fine, right? I mean, mostly, So that stuff's all pretty cool. Just be really careful, because that little ball peg connection, it just seems flimsy as fuck, and some of the connections way too tight. All the hands are really neat. You can get lots of cool different expressions. So I love all the hands, but I don't know. I kind of dream in a world where you have just like one articulating hand and I don't have to do so many goddamn hand swaps. Am I right? Maybe that's the innovation in action figures we need. Tiny articulating hands. Think about it. Speaking of articulation, we know what to expect from Raph and Leo, but if you're new here, let's go over it. He looks down, pretty good. Not really looking up. The down is fantastic, but if you want to look up, you're doing like the side looker thing. The arms, you get a great full Townsend, no problems there, but this is not a butterfly joint, right? It's a regular like long ball peg joint, and that's a gap filler. It's not a butterfly, though the sculpt of the body does let you come in a decent amount, especially compared to other turtles, but it's not a butterfly. You have the bicep cut, you have double jointed elbows, though again, his big beefy muscles do get in the way, so you're getting a little bit better than 90. The ab crunch, it's okay. You're not really going forward much. The shell on the back, I don't really give a shit about the whole like movable shell thing. I haven't found any like a good use case for it. So okay crunch. The shell, I think it's just kind of like a pain in the ass. It's nice it can move a little bit. You get a little bit of back bend, and then you have, interestingly, like the Plastron has some kind of give to it. It's not like super, super solid. I guess that's good. I don't know. But not really a good amount of crunch, really. Not bad. There's not zero crunch, but most of the bending you're doing in the legs. You can twist them around to your heart's content and do some like crunches and bends that way. Maybe even modify it. I don't know. Do whatever you want. The legs are pretty okay. He kicks forward a okay amount. The Plastron is kind of angled in as much as possible. But really, if you want, like, by the way, this fucking like leg pouch thing is just fucking annoying. It just comes off. Anyways, yeah, you can do the side splits that way, and you can kick forward a decent amount, though you're really kicking off to the side a little bit. Drop down hips would be great. You have double jointed knees, pretty cool. They are like ratcheted. And then the feet, you have, look at that guy. Look at him kicking. Look at those glutes. There is a gap though, so be careful there. But he has like standard good like rocker swivelly feet. Those are pretty cool. And then the toe hinge. Yeah, this stupid pouch thing, Do you like the look of the pouch? I guess it's cool, but I hate shit that you have to constantly adjust and pull up like a loose sock. Ugh. Yeah, let's just take that shit off. Forget about it forever. Don't care. It looks nice. It's cool, but I don't need like a thigh pouch. Not really part of Articulation, but you probably wondered about his turtle ass, so there's the turtle ass. Look at it. Look at his nice little sculpted turtle ass. Here's how he measures up with his other brothers so far. He's a tiny bit above Leo, and Raph is still the tallest. And if you don't believe me, the measuring tape, so Donnie's like 6.5 inches. Raph, what, 6 3/4? And then back to Donnie, 6.5. Leo, just about 6 3/4. I don't know, whatever. Read it, who cares? I hate measuring figures. You have to like make everything straight, make everything aligned. It's such a pain in the ass. Oh, you do also get his bow staff holder. It's marked with a D in case you like lose your mind and forget which one has the bow staff. Put it on like, maybe like that. I think that's the one that makes the most sense. It doesn't like peg in like Leo's shell thing does. I guess I should put the scoot back. And so that's pretty cool. His little like holster thing. Look at him all like, cool guy walking through. God, I really got to stop doing this. That's way too tight of a freaking connection. That's really tight too, actually. A lot of tight. Why is it? I mean, it's better than loose or whatever. But you have to like fucking corkscrew this out of there. And the scoot connection is really nice. Spent way too much time on this. See, you gotta more of this fucking screwing. I mean, to be fair, that's probably like the hardest connection to get right? And then you put that on there. What the fuck? How the fuck does that? Okay, like that. Like so. And then you can do like the robo staff. If you're into that sort of thing. Are you into robo staffs? Are you a robo staffer? Even though he seems to come with a lot of techie crap, you actually can't put all that much on him at one time. Though if you're into that, you can tech him all up, and I think it looks really cool. The goggles, the Mouser arms, the kind of like Tesla bow staff. I think this look rocks. Or you can pare it all back and have a very classic, back to basics Donatello. The articulation is pretty good. It allows for some fun poses. It's not as good as people hyped it up to be, but it's a fun turtle. You really can't go wrong with a Donatello figure. Just don't pay over like $100, ideally in the 80s or the 90s if you can swing it. I go to Bombas B or Cool Toys Club. Here's where he stands in the pantheon of Don. He towers over bigger figures like Super 7 or NECA and dwarfs Joy Toy. Look at all the Donnies together. Donnie forever. You can't go wrong with freaking Donnie. Is he the best? Better than all the other Donatellos? I don't know. Time will tell. I really like him. He's fitting in great with his brothers so far. Stay tuned for Mikey, the last one of the set. Thanks for watching. As always, take care of yourselves.